Flags with you guys today. How's everybody doing out here today? Six Flags! All right. Looks like we got a really nice crowd on hand today. Well, we've been having a really good time up here with you guys here in New England. We were actually at Six Flags down in Georgia for the past last week. We were down there for about 9 days, and we had about a 3-day turnaround, get everything packed up and turn around and come up here, do a show for you guys up here on your spring break. So how many people out there have seen a BMX stunt show before? We have any folks out there? Oh, we got a lot of hands up, For those of you who have not seen a BMX show like this before or watched one, the way that this show works, we pretty much leave the level of this show in your hands. And the way we leave it in your hands is you guys making a lot of noise. So we don't care if you're clapping, screaming, kicking, whatever you want to do. Keep in mind, the more noise you make for these guys out here, the crazier they're going to ride for you. Tell you a little bit about King BMX. We travel all over the United States doing stunt shows all over the place. We've been doing it for about 20 years now. We actually go as far away as Alaska to do the Alaska State Fair. So we do a lot of state fairs out there. We do a lot of festivals, a lot of amusement parks. But one of the things we specialize in is halftime shows also. We do a lot of halftime shows for the NBA and the NFL. We also do some college basketball. But anyway, when we do those shows at those sporting events, sometimes it can be up to 18,000 people to 70,000 people, depending on what type of ball game we're performing at. And they get really, really loud. And when they get really loud, it gets the adrenaline pumping in these guys' veins, and they really do want to throw down for you. So I want to know, how loud can you guys be out here today, Six Flags?
Yeah!
All right, sounds like you guys are doing a good job. I want to welcome you guys to take pictures and video of the show. You can take as many pictures and many video of the shows you want. We are all over social media. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on YouTube. Please be sure you take a picture of the show or a video of it and hashtag. I'll give you some hashtags to use. You can hashtag Sixstream. It's right here on the middle banner. That's what Six Flags likes to refer to this show. This is the Sixstream BMX Stunt Show. You can also hashtag King BMX and also hashtag Six Flags. If you do not know what I'm talking about with a hashtag, turn to a 10-year-old in the audience and they'll explain it to you on what it is. So we are ready to get rock and rolling right now. So we're going to go ahead and get these guys out here. They're all going to be on the ramps all at the same time. They'll do something called a train. That's where they're one right behind another. And then I'll introduce them to you so you know who you're watching out here today. So make some noise for them out there, Six Flags. Give it up for King BMX. We're ready to rock and roll for you guys out here today. Go ahead and find us on our Instagram so you can post a picture. We're on there as King BMX Stunt Show. Or for some 360s and some flips right off the bat. What do you guys think, Six Flags? First rider that we have on hand for you guys out here today, I'll individually introduce these guys so you know who you're watching out here today. This guy's only, I think, around 21 years old. He's originally out of Colombia, South America. He's been riding for us. He's on his second year riding for King BMX. He also won the Trans Jam Contest Series amateur title last year in the park part of the contest. That's where you ride ramps that you just like you see out here. So I want you guys to put your hands together right now for Juan Fernandez out here. Let Juan hear you. Juan is ready to rock and roll on that BMX bike. He is ready to throw down. So let's see what it's going to be out of Juan Fernandez. Check him out. Little no-hander to turn down. Actually twist those handlebars around. Juan weighs in at a staggered 108 pounds soaking wet, but his tricks are huge. What do you guys think about Juan Fernandez? Alrighty, the next rider that we have on hand for you is his riding buddy, also out of Colombia, South America. He travels back and forth. He's back on the scene to compete in some contests and ride in these stunt shows. He has competed in the Do Action Sports Tour a few years back, and he is very excited. It's actually neck and neck between him and Juan in the amateur title last year in the Trans Jam Contest. So give it up right now for Christian Barron out here. Let him hear you. Always having a good time, always smiling for you guys out here. Check him out. This style cat has got some skinny jeans on, and he's going to throw down for you out here today. Look at him. Setting up right there. That was not what he wanted. We'll give him another chance to reset. Might be something wrong with his bike. Not exactly sure. Maybe a pedal. We'll give him a chance to check that out. Or he may have slipped a pedal. Notice how he goes over that box jump backwards to build up steam off the quarter pipe. Let's get him up and over. What do you guys think about? There we go. That was worth a reset. He just had to buffer. Just like you were loading a video. He was buffering. What do you guys think about Christian Barron out here? Oh yeah, looking at you guys. Saying, look, ma, no hands. Christian Barron. Alrighty guys, the next rider that we have out here is the youngest rider that we have out here. He's only 20 years old. He is originally out of Pennsylvania. He now resides in North Carolina. He competes in the Trans Am Contest Series where he got a second place in one of the stops last year. He also competed in a contest at Woodward Camp known as the Target Cup where he won that. He goes huge. He likes to boost these ramps out here. What do you guys think about Jordan Prince out here? Let him hear ya. Oh yes, Jordan folding that bike up into himself. It's known as the invert. Look how high he goes, right into a flare. Like I said, Jordan is the youngest rider that we have out here. He's never had the privilege to use a rotary phone. So you guys give it up right now for Jordan Prince. The next rider that we have on hand for you guys, he's been around BMX for quite a while. First time I got to see him ride BMX was at the Gravity Games in Rhode Island in 1999. He has been invited numerous times to the Gravity Games on NBC along with the Do Action Sports Tour. They're invited numerous times to compete in the X Games riding dirt jumps and park. He comes to you guys out of Chicago, Illinois. He now resides in Greenville, North Carolina. Put your hands together for Scott Wurch. 36 years old, can still come out here and bust out on this BMX bike. He's also a video game character in the Dave Bear video game on the Sony PlayStation from a few years back. So if any of you guys have the Sony PlayStation, you can go out and pull it out and play Scott Wurch and run him right into a wall if you want to. So you guys give it up right now for Scott Wurch. Let him hear you. He is throwing down out here for you today. We're going to turn the microphone over right now to Jordan Prince. He's going to be explaining to you guys what I'm going to do out here on the flat ground. So you guys keep that noise coming for Jordan Prince.
Alrighty, Six Flags New England, last but not least, our fearless leader of King BMX, born and raised in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, riding that flatland bike for 30 long years. Give it up for Keith King, the king of King BMX. He is 45 years old, and he is going to throw it down for you guys right here on the flat ground, starting it off with a hang 5, going into a Vader slide, the no-handed hang 5. Make some noise for Keith King, everybody. He may be old, but that does not slow him down. He is a true professional. Here he goes, right into the mega spin, round and round circles on that back peg. That sure would make me dizzy. He wants to hear that noise, you guys. Keep it coming for him. He isn't done yet. All kinds of crazy balance maneuvers you're about to see. Going right here into the steamroller, back in, way out in front, hanging on with his hand. Check out that balance. Switching it over right into a funky chicken. Flatlanders may be a little weird. He wants to hear that noise, but that's all right because their tricks are awesome. Check out that balance. He's about to put it in reverse right here. Going into a set of trick called Pinky Squeaks. Oh, trying to get that right speed in there. He goes, whipping that back in around. Keith King holds the world record for most consecutive Pinky Squeaks. He did about 80 in a row. Here he goes, spinning around. Oh, what's he gonna do? I think he wants to redo those Pinky Squeaks where he goes, there's one. Oh, there's another. That's all right, Keith. What do you guys think about Keith King so far? He wants to do a couple more than just 2. Here he goes, setting up into those Pinky Squeaks again. He wants to get that back end around without touching the ground. There he goes, 1, 2 times around, 3 times around, 4 times almost. There we go, Keith King.
All right, you guys give it up for Jordan Prince out here. Let him hear you. We're going to turn it back over to these guys out here on the ramps. I think we're going to be starting with Juan Fernandez. You guys ready for Juan out there, Six Flags? Look at this guy go. Want to get a lot of speed. That speed translates to a lot of height. How about a tail whip? Moving that frame around 360 degrees. He took all 5 fingers off that bike at that time on that quarter pipe. Let's see what he's got right now. He's smiling. He's having a good time. You guys having a good time? Six Flags. Christian Barrett up there. He is ready to go. Let's see what he has for you. Notice how they build that speed off of that ramp to get it exactly right over the center ramp. Go for a can 360. Airing it out right now. Going this time around the box jump. Want to give it more speed. off of the X Up 360. Where you guys at? Let Christian Barron hear ya. All right, we're gonna get loud for Jordan. Because you know what happens when you get loud for Jordan. He's gonna go high. Watch how fast he pedals towards this ramp and the height that he gets. Huge no-handed air. Bringing it back for you. Pedaling all the way through that 360. Just using that body English and bringing that bike even up higher when he tucks it in. And what do you guys think about Jordan Pratt? Scott Wirch is focused on the co-foot of that ramp to get a nice rolling. Go for a no-foot of can-can. Not quite getting the foot kicked over like we'd like to. We'll give him a chance to reset that. But he may bring something back for you guys right now. Let's see what it's going to be out of Wirch. Here we go, the tabletop 360. If any of you guys are familiar with the sport of BMX, you know what a tabletop is. It actually means that the bike is laid flat enough in the air that you can eat off of it. Scott showing you how to do it in a 360. Give it up for Scott Wirch. We'll segue right on back over here to Juan Fernandez. Look at this guy go. The Mighty Mouse of the King BMX Stunt Show. Let's get him up. Going for a Superman Indian Air. Actually getting his feet right off to the side. Crossing them up. It's called an Indian Air, but we call it a seat grab also because he's grabbing onto the seat. We got now a nice high flying 360 out of Juan. Give it up for Juan. All right, we're going to rally behind Christian Barron. Let's see what he has in store for you guys out here today. Six Flags in New England. Having a good time with you guys out here today. Christian's going to bring it for you right now. He's got something planned out in that 360. Still bringing it around rubber side down. Got all kinds of variations that he does. Let's see what he's got this time. 360 out of Christian. You guys like Christian? Hear ya? All right, Jordan Prince, tail whipping. Notice how he just reached with his feet and somehow grabbed onto those pedals. Got it brought back down to earth. Let's see what he's got this time. Going for a Superman. Playing homage to that Superman ride that you guys have here in the park. Jordan actually has P90X to enable him to do those Superman. He just watches the DVD. You guys give it up for Jordan Prince. Going over to Scott Wirch. Scott Wirch up there talking to Jordan, not sure what he's talking about. Probably telling him he's going to go out here and do a no-foot of can-can. You see him getting those feet right over that top tube, pointing to the crowd over there. Hopefully somebody got a nice shot of that, and they'll post it on that social media. Check this out, tabletop backflip. Notice what happens when he gets upside down. He just snaps the bike to the side and actually kind of gets it inverted while he's upside down. Straightens it back out, brings it back into a landing. Did you guys like that out there, Six Flags? All right, we got Jordan Prince coming back out here. He's going to explain to you guys what I'm going to do on the flat ground. So keep that noise coming for Jordan Prince out here. Let him hear you.
Alrighty, Six Flags. Keith King is going to come back out here and throw down for you guys. But you guys got to keep that noise coming for him. That is what he feeds off of. Alright, Keith King. He is going to step it up a notch. Throwing down some more difficult flatland maneuvers right here. Let's check out what he's about to set up into. I think I know what it's going to be. Right into this gyrator, getting the bike backwards and balancing the other way while spinning the tire with his foot. Check out that balance, Six Flags. Putting it in, parking it. It's the no-handed backyard, taking those hands way off. Bars on the butt. Check out that balance. Keith King is out here throwing it down for you guys. Right back into that gyrator, and he wants to get right back to those pedals. And there it is, nice and smooth. Make some noise, Six Flags. That's not all. Keith King's going to throw down some more for you guys. He is sponsored by Maxxis Tires, Van Shoes, PB, and Airtight Clothing. Here he goes, setting up into the front. What's it going to be? Swinging that back end around into the half-packer. Check out that balance, both feet. Oh, just not quite what he was wanting. I think you guys need to make a little bit more noise for him to pump him up. He wants to pull this off for you guys. Here we go, going into that half-packer, stepping over those bars. Kicking that back end around, grabbing the seat without even looking. Check it out. Look at that balance from the seat to the tire, the backpacker, right back to the half-packer without even flinching, and right back to those pedals, nice and smooth. Executed perfectly. I think he's got another one up his sleeve for you guys. Let's see what it's going to be. I think I may have an idea. Flatland is so technical and so hard, but these guys are so good at doing what they do. Here he is demonstrating right there, kicking that back end out in front of him. Watch those bars. Dumping them. Check out how close those bars are to the ground. It's the hitchhiker. Oh, just not quite enough speed. He's going to come back out here and throw it down again for you guys. He wants to pull it off for you guys. He doesn't want to leave you hanging. You guys can't leave Keith hanging. You got to keep that noise coming for him. He's got to hear you. Here he goes, setting up. Getting that back end out there. Let's see. Dropping those bars down just inches from the ground. Oh my goodness. Going around in a full circle. Check it out, Six Flags. Right back to the seat and right back to those pedals where he belongs. Make some noise for Keith King. Getting it done for you guys out here.
Alrighty, guys, you guys ready for more action out here on these ramps? Six Flags!
Yeah!
Well, I believe these guys still have more left for you. If you have more left for them, we're going to turn it back over to Juan Fernandez. That's what Juan has in store for you. He'll get his hands dried off. Juan prefers to ride without gloves. So let's see what it's going to be. A one out of one. He's out here resting on top of the ramp that we refer to as a sub box. See what he's got this time. How about a nice Superman seat grab? Hopefully somebody get a nice shot of that. That was a nice Superman. I know he's happy with that. Look at that smile on his face. Seems like there were some people in the audience that liked that Superman, right? Six Flags. Look at this. Christian Barrow, what do you got for the folks? Truck driver. It's called a truck driver when they spin the bars in the middle of the 360. So you just saw two tricks in one. The 360 and the bar spin all at the same time. You can tell by the handlebar placement, he's wanting to get those hands off of the next 360. Give it up for Christian Barrow. Jordan out here cranking out a nice invert. What do you guys think about that height? Look at the height that he is getting. Very huge. He decided to wear his Smurf underwear today. He is going to throw down for you guys. Good for Jordan Prince. Scott Wirtz is always going to waste no time to come out here and entertain you guys. Look at this little X-Up 360 he's doing, cranking those handlebars around in the middle of that 360. He'll come back over, pop off a manual over that ramp, get enough speed to bring something big for you. Check this out. Turn down 360. Actually just folding that bike in half, putting a little bit of body English on it, transferring from the spine. Little tire grab action, showing he's versatile. He can use every ramp out here to his advantage. Scott Wirtz. Back over to Juan Fernandez. Juan. Notice the route that he likes to take to get a lot of speed on that quarter pipe. It's going to be big. How about a nice 360? Spinning around 360 degrees. I think that one stung just a little bit, coming up a little bit short. He's going to kick it over to his buddy, Christian Barrow. Having a good time out here at Six Flags. All the guys out here have been having a good time just like you have riding these rides. So let's see what it's going to be out of Christian. 360 whip. Very powerful trick right there. Right into a tail whip. To see what happened, you saw the tail whip, you saw the 360, and that's what it looks like when you combine the two. Nice backflip. Really getting upside down. You guys like the backflips out there, Six Flags?